Hey guys, welcome back. It's Dee Dee with another episode of Beauty with a Twist. I'm super excited for this week's episode because we have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Monique Tompkins, and I am the owner of the Hair Cafe here in Rancho Cucamonga.
Period. Cheers to that. Cheers. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Are you excited? It's her first podcast, you guys.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yes?
Nervous, all the above.
I know.
Let me drink.
And a drink to that one.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
These glasses are so cute, you guys.
Thank you.
Amazon.
All
right, babe. So let's go ahead and introduce yourself. We said the whole shabam. Let's get to know what you do. By the way, you guys, she has a salon right next door to mine.
Yes.
So let's talk about like how you started, where you came from, and all of that.
Okay, so I'm 47. I came from Los Angeles, California, by way of Compton, because I did my first part of life in Compton, California.
Oh.
I am a mother of 4. I've been a hairstylist now for about 28 years. I love it. I'm so happy. Although I've been doing it this long, I'm still very satisfied with my decision to make this my career. I went to school in Inglewood for cosmetology, and I went from working in Los Angeles to migrating here to the Inland Empire, and I built my family here, and I just started.
So that was just one move. So you went from here.
I went from Los Angeles to here. So I had to start my business all over from scratch because I had built a business in Los Angeles, and I did pretty well for myself. I had only I've been here for 15 years, 16 now. So if I've been in business for about 28 years, all the years before that, I did them in LA. So I had a clientele, and then I had to start all over from scratch in the Inland Empire. And that was scary.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, I had a husband who
knew a lot of people.
Yeah. No, he just took care of everything. So I was able to slowly build my clients.
So how did you do that? Like, how did you, like, where did you promote yourself? Because back then, Instagram wasn't Instagram.
No, there was no Instagram.
MySpace?
We had MySpace. We barely had Facebook, but I was very organic. So the generation that I grew up in the hair industry, we were passing out business cards. Like you see somebody and you had this spiel and you'd be like, oh, your hair looks beautiful. Let me give you a business card. I'm a hairstylist. Mm-hmm. But I had to accept a shitload of rejection in order to get the clientele. So I just I even did free hair just to try to prove myself, because I literally only knew maybe about 4 people in the Inland Empire, my family, my cousins. And so they let me do their hair. They told people about me. And it wasn't like I was a trash stylist. It was just no one knew who I was. Yeah. So I had to prove myself.
Yeah.
And I worked in a salon that was pretty popping at the time. Mm-hmm. So, and I just kind of met the right people and landed in Rancho Cucamonga, and it's just been popping ever since.
So the marketing, since it wasn't there, it was like always word by mouth. Like how would you even?
Absolutely.
Like how would you even post? Like how would they even know?
There was no posting. There was no posting.
So it was like, yeah, she did good hair. Go to her.
No, honestly, yeah, it was all. I came from the generation where it was all word of mouth. Oh, let me tell you about this girl that just did my hair. Or we ran ads, like literally ads in the paper. Like I'm a dinosaur. Like you guys are so. They did work. They absolutely worked. Yeah, they worked. I mean, look at where I'm at. So, and I didn't get here from Instagram. I'm barely figuring Instagram out. So, yeah.
So then after you graduated, you finished, you had a salon out there or?
No. So I graduated. We graduated back then. It was 1,600 hours. Mm-hmm. I clocked out at my 1,600 and I literally walked around the corner and rented a booth, which was the most successful failure of my career. That was the worst. So I didn't have a mentor. I went to cosmetology school, and in cosmetology school, you do whatever demographically they provide you. Yeah. So I went to school in Inglewood, and what we did were pressing curls or jerry curls. So I felt strong, and my clientele was good while I was in school. But when I walked around that corner, I thought it was like, I think booth rent at the time might have been $90 a week.
Oh my God.
$90 a week. And believe it or not, that was a struggle. So I worked there for probably about 6 months and it was a failure. That wasn't the move to make, but I didn't know. So I became successful by experience, by failing several times and learning from my mistakes is how I got where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And I failed a lot.
So like you would take like one client, not even one client?
I would do a client, but so I thought that the people who were going to me in school would follow me, but no one told me that, oh no, sis, they're going to stay with the school because it's $10 at the school. And now you're $50. So they're not coming to you. Yeah. So that's where it became I call it a successful failure because those failures made me successful because I'm not entitled. I had to bust my ask for everything that I have. Mm-hmm. So even like, I don't have a lot of followers on social media, but the ones that I have, they're all organic. So
they're like your regulars. They just come and
hashtagging, you learn that. And people just follow me, or like I never paid for anything.
Promotions, anything.
I didn't do any of that. So, and then I don't have time because now I'm so busy that I really don't have time to do a lot of promoting and stuff like that. So,
and to even take in new clients, like you have.
Oh, that's a struggle. But I have a team. God has absolutely blessed me with some amazing women. So what I do is I have some commission and I have booth renters. I just take the business, I keep it in the house, and I just funnel it through the salon. So what I'm doing is I'm in a position in my career that I can help build other people to have a bigger and better clientele because I can't do it all. And that makes me feel good. I love that part.
To help other people.
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do here. Like I'm trying to if I'm busy, I'm like, just take them. Like I just can't do it. Because then at the end of the day, like if you ask my booth renters, they've gotten really good regulars now because I was busy and because I, said, I want you to be successful. So I did them the favor and I said, here, you deserve it. Take them. And now they're like, they're become their regulars now.
So this is my second salon, but there's never been a stylist. So I am very giving. Mm-hmm. I'm very fair. And for me, I remember where I came from. I remember all the mistakes that I made. So anyone who works with me, whether you work for me or with me, I do everything in my power to help build. So there's never been anyone to work with me that I didn't promote them or I didn't help build them. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't give anybody their skill. They all came with the skill, but all I did was mentor them, give them the people, trust their skill set enough to because the clients believe in me, they trust me. So I'm like, she's good. She's going to take care of you.
But that's what in our salon, they come and they're like, the hair cafe, but then they know it's yours. So they expect everyone to be at your level.
Absolutely. And I talk to my girls and what I've learned to do is I evaluate where their strengths are. And all the girls have a different strength. So I have Dee Dee, she's good in her weaves. I have Captoria, who's excellent in her color. I have Trina, who does her locks. Then I have my new commission stylist, who she's really grinding. She's really good in her press and curls. I will give them where their strengths are. Now, if they want me to help
challenge them though.
Yeah, so they're independent. So I have to be careful. But if they want my help, I'll give it. You know what I mean? So I tread light, but my commission stylist, I'm on her neck. Like, you got to do this, you got to do that. Yeah, but she loves it. And I appreciate that. I like that part.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the time that people, because, you do go to salons and especially franchises, like, let's say European Wax Center, right? Because it's such a big name, they expect all the workers to be good. And then
the prices are high, so they expect,
and then when the waxers leave and they have their own salon, sometimes they don't follow them because maybe they'll be even more, and sometimes it's like,
or they're loyal to the brand.
Exactly.
Loyalty is everything. And I've experienced that before, where I've had a stylist that left and she had some clients, but they ended up coming back because they were just loyal to the hair cafe, so that's just...
There's a little...
But I appreciate that because it makes me feel like I've worked hard and I've done what I needed to do to build that brand, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So then after you were at after you graduated, then you went to you got a room. Where did you go after that? Where you were like, it's a complete failure?
I went to work at a salon on Crenshaw, and it was a better environment because I was able to learn. The salon that I went to first out of cosmetology school, it was me and another girl who graduated cosmetology. So we couldn't teach each other nothing because we both didn't know shit. So I ended up picking up. I made a few moves in between, nothing to really talk about or remember. But then I moved on Crenshaw, and Crenshaw is always, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but it's busy. So the women that worked there, they had a large clientele. They fed me, but they taught me a lot too. So I was able to learn some haircuts. I was able to learn some color. So after I left there, that's when I moved to the Inland Empire. And I'm going to say that back when I left LA, booth rent was, let's just say $120 at the time. I had a decent clientele where I was able to see a profit. Then I moved to the Inland Empire and I was traveling. I had a newborn and I was traveling to LA. Sometimes I wouldn't get home till 2:00 in the morning because I was not new, but I had a lot going on in my life. I had a baby, so I wasn't as fast. So I was working late. Moved here and started all over.
And this was your first baby?
No, that was my last baby.
So you were pregnant when you were at cosmetology school?
No, I already had a kid in cosmetology. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. Graduated, I had a baby in high school. Okay. I was really young when I had my first child. Mm-hmm. And then I got married. My husband had a daughter. We had raised our two kids together. And then we had a son together. Mm. And then when I came to the Inland Empire, that was when I had my last boy. He's 15 now. Oh, so I've been here for 16 years.
So then you would travel. Would you travel like the travel fee? Were you charging all that? Like, where would you do?
I was working still on Crenshaw. Oh, okay. So I was working in the salon, but it became too overbearing. It was too much for me. So what I did was I just quit. I quit. So I had a couple of people that followed me, but then it became hard for them. It's like, oh my God, I need my hair done. Yeah, I need my hair done on Friday. It's traffic. Like, I'll catch you on the flip side, Monique. So, but my clients were awesome because they would refer people that they knew that lived here. They would refer. So that was part of my journey of moving out here, building a business. Yeah. So
then after you got a solo salon.
No, I worked in about 3 salons, and then eventually,
to build your clientele, and then eventually
I got a solo suite. Okay. I felt like my clientele was strong enough. I got a double.
Oh, and for those, the doubles are expensive. Let me tell you. Okay.
And it was funny because there were girls that were like, "How are you going to be able to afford that?" Or, you get criticized in this industry. Everybody is checking for your dollar, and it's like, sis, I had to tell one young lady, you act like you never paid for my extensions. Like, you pay me, so why wouldn't I be able to afford this? But moving on. I did a solo suite for a year, and what I realized, because at the end of the day, so I have a degree. I went to college. I got a business degree. And I started really focusing in on the money you make in a solo suite. I was there for a year. I broke my lease. My suite owner was so amazing. He let me break my lease without charging me that extra year. Yeah. There's a salary cap on you when you have a solo suite because you're managing a business in 200 to 300 square feet. Yeah. It's only so much you can do in that square footage. Mm-hmm. And I can't preach this enough. It's awesome to feel like you're a boss and you're your own business, but a solo suite, and I'm not downing the suites because I came from one, and some of my close friends have suites. There's a salary cap. And I just don't feel like it's the same as being a business. It's not the same as having a business where you're paying invoices and you're responsible for people. Not knocking that.
Well, because they still need insurance. They still need all of that. Absolutely.
They do still have to have insurance. Yeah. It just becomes a little different when you have the building, when you're paying the lease. You got permits, contracts. It's a lot. It's a big difference.
Your insurance goes different. Okay. Oh, yeah. Everything goes. And that's why I try to tell people, because I don't know if you know where I came from. I went from home to a shop. I didn't go to a solo. I didn't go to, I went from home to a whole shop. Mm-hmm. So it was like, I didn't know what the hell I was getting myself into until I started doing it. And I was like, I don't know if I could do this. Yeah. Because it's different. It's like people don't understand. It's much more, and we're not saying anything about, the solo salons. But
oh, no, not at all. Because I came from a solo, but my vision was bigger than the solo suite. So the only thing for me, and solos private suites work great for you have to know where you are in your business.
Yeah.
They are awesome and they create great revenue. And sometimes people don't want to work with a lot of people.
They want to be by themselves.
They want to be by themselves. And I respect that. Mm-hmm. But for me, I had a bigger vision. I knew that I wanted to own a salon, but I didn't want to have I really wasn't interested in booth renting. I wanted commission because I want to make money. And once again, here we are with another salary cap. If I own a salon and everybody's booth renting, I have a salary cap. A stylist can come into my salon and make $10,000 in one day, and I will get my $300 a week. So I just look at the numbers, and I'm trying to. For me, I just wanted to get where I knew I could retire from this business.
So you think commission is better than
employee commission for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you structure your business right, your stylist can make a lot of money.
But then you'll have the same income from your renters every week
But okay, so give you an example. I'm a 5-star salon, right? Mm-hmm. I have a list of people trying to get into my salon. If I had all commission, everyone will eat and everyone will make great money. What a lot of times to me, it's not taught in cosmetology school is the business aspect. My commission stylist, she's not responsible for anything. She sees her appointments and she comes to work. Her taxes are paid. She gets a salary and we go on about our day. When you're a booth renter, you have this overhead. You have to keep an inventory. It's so much. Where inventory and all of that is my responsibility. But my commission stylist or my employee stylist, they're still making a shitload of money because my business is structured financially where we all can win. So yeah, it just depends on your structure. Yeah. But for me in my career, what I did was, remember I said I successfully failed, right? Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of coaching. I've done a lot of classes. I went and got my degree. So I spent a lot of time and money in trying to make sure that not only did I know how to do hair, but I understood the business. So that's kind of what I stand on.
And they didn't teach you that.
No, they definitely don't teach you that in cosmetology.
No, they don't. I was struggling. I was because when I went to esthetician school, they didn't teach me. They didn't basically just taught me, hey, here's the books and there you go. Mm-hmm. They didn't teach me how to build a clientele, how to market yourself, how do you, become successful. Right. They just said, here, this is how you get your license, board. And that is it. You know what I mean?
And they want to make sure that their state board numbers passing are great, and that's because at the end of the day, school's a business.
Yeah.
So they care that you pass state board. And if you need a little bit of brush up, they're there for you. But advanced education, that comes from you.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone, always take classes. Like right now, a lot of people don't know. I've talked to so many stylists and no one knows about Premiere. Are you going to Premiere?
What is that?
Oh my God, I could choke you. What is Premiere is a hair show. It's usually in Orlando and I think Columbus, Ohio, and somewhere else. It's in Anaheim on April the 2nd and the 3rd. Oh my God.
But they do mostly hair though,
no,
right?
No, they do all this. It's like ISIS.
Oh, okay.
But it's a big deal because
that's network. Oh, I did went to Vegas for that one, for an esthetician one, and I networked so much. And I highly recommend that everyone that wants to get their name out there, get your business cards ready. Yes. Go to every booth and say, this is what I do. This is what I do. Absolutely. And here's my Instagram. Yeah. That's literally. Yeah.
So you guys should be going on Premiere. It's in Anaheim on the 2nd and 3rd. And it's exciting to me because it's never been to California. So it means I'm like, yes.
You're going both days.
I'm going both. Hell yeah. And here's the thing. We don't have any hair shows here.
Oh, no? The Long Beach one, no?
Not anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. Oh. They don't have it here anyway. So
I thought they had the Long Beach one.
They used to, but see, because people like you wasn't going, they don't got it no more. No, but
I went to a couple, but they're all esthetician ones. There were no, but I did see some hair, but mostly the ones I go to are just purely skin.
Okay, so I'll send you the link, but there's a lot of esthetician stuff going on with Premiere. I was looking at the classes this morning, so I'll send them to you.
So after that, you were at this couple salons. Then you're at the Sola. Then you got your first salon.
Yes.
How was that?
Scary. So the owner, she shared no information with me. She just sold the salon. So I bought the salon, pay cash. But this is what people don't understand. You buy the lease. When you're buying the salon, you're buying what's inside because you don't own the commercial property.
Speak the facts, because I'm yes.
Right. So people are like, oh, it's not worth it. It's not this. You don't get to put a value in this business. You really don't get to put a value on the business. So sometimes people sell client information. When I bought this particular salon, I didn't buy client information. I just bought the building, inside the building, everything that was there. It was a turnkey. But I also had about 5 or 6 staff members. The owner didn't tell them she had it for sale. So here I come buying it, and I'm like, it's all white women, and it was a culture shock. So I'm younger, and the walls were beige, and the lighting was horrible. So I wanted to put reset lightings in. I wanted to turn the walls white. So it was such a culture shock. I had the ladies for 6 months to a year, and they all left. But again, I prepared myself financially because I made so much money behind my chair. My booth rent, I never spent it. I put all the booth rent away to prepare myself because I knew the ladies probably wouldn't stay with me for a long time because I came in with a different mindset, which was okay. Those ladies don't work with me, but I still see them on social media. We still speak. It was great. Yeah. So, and then after that, I was there for 6 years. COVID hit. My lease was up. And then I rented while we were, because I've been on development for this building since 2017. My husband did the demolition for this building. So it used to be something else. My husband did all the dig out because that's what he does for a living. Yeah. And I was one of the first, it was 3 of us. I was one of the first lessees in the complex. So 2017, we didn't get in until 2020.
Yeah.
I had been working throughout all that time. So 2020, we opened up, and now I'm on my second salon. And this was, this is a different experience. I build out.
Let me tell you.
Have your money up if you want to build out. You cannot build out with $10,000, $25,000.
No.
Not when you got to do plumbing.
And you know what, Monique? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Something about me, though, I'm really good at saving. So I saved up so much money. This wasn't like this when, you know, it was empty. It was ugly. There was nothing. There was no floors. There was no walls. There was
Remember
nothing.
all the permits you had to get that you weren't prepared for?
Oh, my God. All the fucking money I spend. Listen, you need a fucking permit for anything, okay?
Plumbing?
Fucking permit to take a shit, literally, because everything. Plumbing?
Plumbing was, oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
My plumbing was $13,000.
Oh, my gosh.
$13,000.
No, that's how it is, though.
Plumbing.
But
because it didn't come with it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that if you're going to open up a business, you're going to spend a pretty coin.
Do your homework and know what you want.
Get a building that has already stuff inside.
I was about to say that. Do build outs. You need to be financially in a good position. You don't want to use a whole lot of credit because I honestly don't feel like there's a return on this. Really? All the money that we spend, if we were to only stay for our 5-year lease, you did not make a return on the amount of money. I'm probably $66,000.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of, I didn't get that. So my money's been paying the bills, but to gain that money back.
And who's going to get it next?
They're going to get it and they're going to be like happy and cool. So build outs are not the thing to me.
Yeah, they're going to come in here. I know another place. They're going to have like probably another salon in here. They're going to be like, damn, it's already done. And I'm like, fuck, well, I did all of it.
Literally. That's what a turnkey is.
I did all of it. You know what I mean?
So my advice that if you were to ever do a new development or a build out, try to sell before you walk away. Because you want to get some of your profit back. Because a build out is just, and depending on the city that you live in, Rancho Cucamonga is so strict. And it's very expensive. Depending on the city that your business is in, you got to take all those things and factor them in on what it's going to cost.
Do sometimes you do, I tell myself this all the time, like, how do you do it? I tell myself, like,
I don't know how I do it.
No, but I tell myself, I'm not afraid. I tell myself, like, how do I do it? I'm like, fuck, like, I don't even know sometimes on how I do it. But it's because I think it's because I push and I work so hard. But there's days I'm just
you when you pull in doing 100 miles an hour. I'm like, one day she's not going to stop. One day she's going to not press the brake and she's going to run into the building and thank you because we need an insurance claim. How I do it is I drink. Every day, every night, I drink my Wilson Creek almond champagne, and it keeps me going. I'm like, yes, I got this. Once I start drinking, I'm all hyped. I'm like, I can do this shit. I'll be in the shower like, yep, I'm going to get some more clients. Yeah. So, yeah. It's the alcohol, baby. It's the alcohol.
Yeah. And like, I just be so stressed out sometimes, because that's another question. Like, in the beginning, how you said, we talked about earlier, like, I don't know how to juggle my work, my life, and balance it both at the same time.
Right.
Because when it's your business and it's your baby, you kind of want to be here all the time, And like for me, especially because you've been in the industry for so long, however, I haven't. So it's kind of like, I always want to, even though I have the cameras, I could always check and stuff. But it's like,
yeah,
how do you juggle?
Look how many times I got broken into.
I know.
I've been broken into twice. But let me be a little transparent. A lot of people don't know this about me. For the people who do know me, me building my career interfered with my marriage. It caused a lot of problems in my family. Because who I became as a business owner wasn't the woman that my husband married. I was so focused and because I successfully failed so many times prior that when I got my first salon, I was like, I can't fail. I would get off of work, pour me a glass of wine, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I would sit because it was the first time in my life that I was responsible for other people eating. And because I had employees, not my booth room, I'm talking about the women that worked for me. They had children. So I wouldn't go home until I made sure all the paperwork was done. I made sure all the books, all the voicemails were checked. All the money was in the account. I did everything. And so sometimes I wouldn't get home until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Me. And what happened, my husband was so used to, I cooked, I took care of him, I took care of the kids, and that didn't exist anymore. So it caused serious problems in our marriage, but it was worth it for me because my husband had his career and he was flourishing. My husband is extremely successful, and I wanted to be my own person too. Mm-hmm. So when you have a business and you're married, always talk to your partner. And that's where the balance comes in, is make sure you communicate, even if you don't have a partner and it's just your children, talk to them, let them know, like, this is what mommy needs to do. And I would actually put my bills on the table and be like, this is how much this costs, and this is why I got to work. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to your game, but this is why we had to do what we had to do. So today I travel 3 times a year. I go on vacation 3 times a year because I did all that. Like, so many years of doing this. And I was like you, always working. It won't be like that forever, but you're still early. Yeah. So just hang in there and you'll be fine. Yeah. Thank God you don't have kids and you don't have a husband. Yeah. So you're fine.
I don't got a boo. I don't got kids. But, I think of like my employees, like, I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was talking to my assistant earlier. I was like, we were talking about like the future and stuff. And I was just telling her, like, I looked at her, I was like, you just don't understand. Like, I'm stressed, but most of everything, I think I'm tired. Like, I can't, I was like, do you see, like, I haven't got my lashes done. I'm wearing makeup, okay? But I have no nails. I ain't got no lashes because the last thing I want to do is I want to go home. I want to go take a hot shower and I want to go to sleep.
Yeah,
but
I understand.
And I got to wake up every day and have like, how are they going to eat? Because now I'm like,
you're responsible for everybody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody inside of this building, you are responsible for.
And that is stressful.
It is.
So I'm like, how do I do work, life? How do I balance it? How do I also, I'm taking care of everything. I'm talking
drink,
social media, like, and I tried. And you know what? This is my first drink after 13.
Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
This was my first drink after like 13 days.
Okay.
Because I was drinking every day. Mm-hmm. I was getting swollen. Mm-hmm. I was drinking 2 glasses of wine. How much would I post that I was drinking wine, Marlo?
2 glasses? That get you swollen?
No,
Try 2 bottles. I'm on 2 bottles. Like, and guess what? I don't care what nobody say about me. If it keeps me going and it keeps me like that's thriving, a crack. That's what I'm going to do. Cheers. So, but you know what? You're really in a good place because you're 25. Mm-hmm. I didn't have what you had at 25. I didn't have social media. I didn't even have the vision. at 25. Like, that's big. At 25, I was a mother of 3, you know? So I had a little bit of vision, but I had to worry about basketball, cheer, and, you know, making sure my husband had a plate and dinner and, you know. So you're in a good place.
Yeah.
By the time you're 30, you'll be great.
I'm gonna be in Bora Bora. Don't talk to me.
Yes.
I'm on a fucking boat. I'm sorry.
Yes. With all the rich men.
And I'm gonna be single still, okay? No,
that might be the place to be.
Yeah.
The single life. I don't know.
But
we'll see.
That's how I tell people all the time. And like, that's one of the advices I give is like, give yourself, you know, like, especially if you're going through like business and like, when owning a business, I tell people, and yes, it's not given away from like the people that work 9 to 5, but owning your own business is you're on the clock 24/7.
Yeah.
It don't matter if, you know, like.
Yeah, I had to tell my mom that. She was like, you never answer your phone. I can't answer my phone. Well, you're the boss. No, I'm not. I am, but I'm not.
But like, why did they tell me that?
Yeah. You can do whatever. I cannot do whatever I want to do. I work for these people sitting in my chair. I cannot do whatever I want.
You can't be working like this.
No.
Or, you know,
yeah, no, absolutely
you know what I mean?
not.
Like,
absolutely not. So
I can't be on the phone with I can't even touch my phone when I'm doing a facial.
no, you cannot. It's not sanitary. So,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to, you know, and my friends tell me that too. Like, oh, we haven't seen you in a minute. I'm like, I'm fucking making bread. I'm sorry.
You know what I might advise the whole wide world, whoever sees this video, whether you are a booth renter, if you're in this industry, whether you're a booth renter, a private suite owner, a salon owner, student, get a life coach. My life coach changed my life. I've done therapy before, but my life coach, she held me accountable to my goals. She held me accountable to whatever it was that I was planning for myself. She absolutely held me accountable. She would remind me that you're going in the wrong direction. I can't tell you what to do, and she would keep notes and be like, remember on September 3rd, you said that you wanted to open a school. This is not the direction because I started selling life insurance. She was like, what does that have to do with the school? Like, we're off track. So I have found so much glory in having a life coach because she's my accountability partner. Your friends, your really good friends, they're going to be like, yeah, girl,
they're going to be always on your side.
Yeah, girl, do it. But you need that one person who isn't biased and it's like, that's not the way to go. So I believe in life coaching. It's helped me a lot. It really has.
Yeah, because my therapist is not doing the job.
No. I've had a therapist and we did really good until we didn't. So
yeah, that's me right now. I'm on the verge. I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I paying for this? You know, because it's like
that part. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm really happy. I love the decisions that I've made, even the poor ones, because I get to look back and say, I wouldn't be where I am today had I not made these mistakes. So like my first salon, my husband paid cash for it. So it was kind of like handed to me. And I did appreciate it because we made a deal. He was like, you can't call me for anything unless it's like major hot water heater, somebody broke in, something like that. And I stuck to my guns and I honored that. This salon, not one piece of help. No help. I figured it out all on my own. And I feel very empowered as a woman because I think a lot of times people don't understand that women actually kind of sit at the bottom of the totem pole.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I did my own negotiating. I did my own design. I found my own plumbers. Don't get me wrong. I had some help, but it wasn't the help from my husband that he normally just pays for things and makes things happen. No, my husband played no role at all in where I am in my salon. And I feel good because I'm like, I'm a big girl. I did it by myself.
And your salon is beautiful.
Thank you.
So the aesthetic of it, everything.
Thank you.
To the floors, it's bomb.
Thank you. Thank you.
So round of applause. Put the little fucking clap emoji. So now, because you've been open since what, 2020, right?
Mm-hmm. We all opened together.
No, I was barely building that year. So I opened 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it took me a year to build.
Okay.
It was crazy, but
so 2020 April. So April 1st is my anniversary. 2020 April 1st, my doors were open.
Mine was January 28th. I just turned 1 year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Congratulations.
I know. Yours is coming up. 2 years, 3 years.
You've been here forever.
I know. Oh, that's fucking building.
That's because I was seeing your ass every day.
Yeah. I was stressed. You should see me. I was literally carrying my checkbook everywhere I fucking went.
You did good though, because it didn't look like you were stressed at all.
Oh, it was the little Botox and the filler. I made myself look good.
I get it. Because when I was doing, so I had the opportunity to build while they were building, because I had been working this process since 2017. So while they were still putting things up, I was able to put in things too, like my electricity, putting on my walls, little things I was able, so I can bypass some permits. So, I rode their coattail for a little while. They allowed me to do it, but yeah, it's been a journey. It actually feels like we've been here for like 5 years. But how long is your lease for?
Same thing.
5? Mm-hmm. And listen, you're going to take a nap and you're going to open your eyes and you're going to be like, fuck, I got to sign this lease again.
Fuck, dude. And I am, because I'm like, I fucking built this shit.
This is going to be
number. This is going to be, because I eventually, obviously, my goal in life is my school, but I want to make Beauty Lounge in another city. This is going to be the first baby. And then eventually.
What sign are you?
I'm a Cancer.
So I'm a Sagittarius, and we have the same goals.
Yeah.
I want a school, but I don't want a cosmetology school. I want a business school for cosmetology. And I want to open up my next salon in Orange County.
Yeah, I want to do mine.
Do this shit.
I want to do it. So, I just want to be able to be like, hey, where did you go? I went to Beauty Lounge by Didi, but I went to what location? I went to Riverside, or I went to West Covina. You know what I mean? Right. And eventually, corporate or something like that to make it be like everywhere.
That's my goal. My goal is to open another salon in Brea. Yes. I have my location where I want to be. I want to be in Brea. I want to open up. So I don't want a school. I want an academy. There's a big difference.
We talked about this though.
We did.
We talked about that.
We did.
Yeah. So. I want a licensing school. I want to be able to be what they didn't teach you to be taught at my school.
So my girlfriend Amber has a book, What They Didn't Teach You in Cosmetology School. She wrote a book. You should grab it, because it will, whatever direction you're going in for your school, you can look at that and be like, because at the end of the day, what I love about our industry is that we work together.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I'm just not a big fan of people working at home and people working in suites, because I feel like this industry was built on camaraderie, working together. We grow, and it makes the industry so much stronger when we're together.
Yeah, but a lot of people are haters though. They don't support that.
That's why we are down to 1,000 hours. 400 hours, 200 hours, because we're not working together. So we're in these little, we're all by ourselves, and we're not staying in the know of what's going on. Mm-hmm. If we were all inside of a building together, we could keep and
grow
and just know what's going on and take control of our industry. Right now, our industry is controlled by Congress. That's ridiculous. They don't even do hair. Give me a break. City councils and shit like that. Like, come on. Like, this industry's been around for a long time. And guess what? Beauty is so important. You can't get a job if your hair is not done. People, like, image and beauty are so important. Mm-hmm. And we
men and women, because men need a haircut. They can't be going scrawny to an interview, right?
No one can. Kids, students, like, I was watching a crime show the other night, and one of the things that the prosecutor was concerned about is that the woman on trial was so beautiful that she was going to get leniency because she was beautiful. And that's a thing. Beautiful people get leniency. We're important. Catch a case. We're going to take care of you. Like, that's some real shit. Like, I swear.
Well, no, but there is a guy that was in jail. He did his mugshot. He did a runway with Prada.
The black guy with the tattoo.
Yes. Dude, he was fun as fuck. I was like, hold on. Yes. Woo. He's a fucking model. Like, he's a fucking model. Like, all because a fucking mugshot went viral.
Fine ass mugshot too. Not just no mugshot. A fine ass mugshot.
Light skin, blue eyes, tattoo right here. Yeah. He's walking for Prada now. Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And he's with some rich woman.
Oh, yes.
And he left his girlfriend or his wife. Yeah. So let me tell you, beauty is important.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be looking all toe up in a whole Burberry outfit. Like, you want your highlights done. You want your lips done. You want your Botox. You want your facial.
You want good skin. You want that wax.
Yeah. Pull the wax. Yeah.
Even though you can't see it. But after you
someone sees it. May the best man win.
Multiple woman or multiple. It doesn't matter, but someone's gonna see it. No, but I always say the beauty industry will never die.
It can't.
It won't.
It may not be recession proof, but this is what I always say. Something's going to happen tragically and everybody's going to stop fucking coming to me to get their hair done. And then they're going to realize that their fucking hair is shot out. And then they're going to come and pay triple what they were paying if they would have just kept the service going.
Yeah.
Because you need me. At the end of the day, you need your skin to be, no one feels good and they look in the mirror and they got acne. No one looks good if they got broken off hair.
Or the black roots and then the blonde down here. No, don't do that.
No one's happy with any of that. So with that being said, we're never going anywhere. We're like truckers. You can't live without us.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. I was pretty slow last year, and I talked about this in another podcast, for like 2 months. But only because my industry is kind of different. Hair is more like, I need my hair done. I need a haircut.
That's not true.
But for me, I was pretty slow, right? But I figured out, I was like, why? What am I doing? I was blaming myself for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, am I not good enough? Is it, because 2 months I was really slow last year. But then I was like, I can't just let this bring me down. Like, I need to fucking work. I need to post. I need to, do something. And all the people, I thought they would go to someone else. And, I don't know what happened, but by me not giving up, I kind of just like kept.
Do you know what those 2 months were?
No.
Okay. So your responsibility is to manage those months. So you need to predict next year, those months are going to come back, because it wasn't we all have slow time. Like right now, think about this. If you own a detailing company, mm-hmm. Are you making any money right now?
No.
Absolutely not. Now, our weather has been different now than it usually is, but let's just say between December and February, detailers don't make a lot of money. You should be prepared for that. And because you're new, you probably haven't kept up with the trend on what the slow times are. Whatever those months are, go back and look at them, look at your system and see what they were, so you can prepare for next year, because those are your slow months.
And it was crazy because I never had that happen to me in the 4 years that I was in this industry. Never had a slow month.
So it probably happened, but your overhead wasn't the same. Yeah. So you're looking at shit different.
Exactly.
You're like, I gotta pay these motherfucking bills.
That's exactly what the fuck I was on. I wasn't just gonna say it though.
Exactly. So, but that's what happens when you become a boss and you got these invoices. And because those things don't stop. You got to keep going. So now your fear kicked in, and you starting to realize like, oh my God, I'm slow. Before maybe you stayed at home with mommy, or maybe you lived comfortably, but now everything is on you. Yeah. So every industry has some slow months.
Oh yeah.
Figure out what those months are and just manage them and put money aside. Yeah. Excuse me. Put money aside.
And they always say like, put money away for like cold day, rainy day.
Cold day, rainy day.
Yeah.
So what I was taught when I was in college, that you shouldn't start up a business if you don't have at least 1 year worth of money to survive.
Oh, yes.
I don't know how realistic that is.
But that is true, though.
But I did open this business with 6 months. But I was able, because COVID was good to me.
Oh, that was the best thing that's ever happened. I said this on the podcast multiple times.
COVID was the best thing because I still worked. I took off for 45 days. That was all that I took off.
I didn't take off one day. I'm not really
I had to take off for 45 days because my husband was like, you're not coming in here bringing in no germs. And then I'm like, so then one day he came home. He was like, I just want you to know that I hope you got some money to pay your car note. Oop, I'm going to work in the morning. Hit up all my clients. Let's go. Because he was like, I'm not paying. I'm going to pay him. I'm going to go in. And my business did so well during COVID. I worked at another salon and we just taped up the walls.
I did them to the back.
Came through the back door, you know. And so I felt like I was cheating and shit. But, you know, it worked. And I was able to convert that from there to where I'm at right now. So, you know, COVID was great. I loved COVID.
I mean,
rest in peace, COVID. I don't want you back, but because COVID created inflation. So, what is your opinion about everybody with these in our industry? Like, so what we're dealing with in the hair, everyone is, I'm seeing it on social media when I get a chance to go on there. No one's shampooing hair anymore. And I'm like,
what the fuck? Why wouldn't you shampoo? That's the bet. That's why I go for it. I want you to rub my fucking head.
Right? Like, yeah. So inflation, people don't want to, everything just costs so much. And
well, that's what it is expensive. And I do raise my prices every 6 months, not by a lot, you know, a couple dollars here and there.
Noted.
Yeah. But it's because my products go up.
Oh my God.
And what a lot of people don't understand is like my commissioners, and all of them are commissioned, even though they're booth rent, they still do commission because if I don't do eyelashes, she does eyelashes, she's a booth renter, I give her the lash clients.
And then she gives you a commission off of it.
Exactly.
That's how I work too.
That's exactly what I do.
Such a smart young lady.
But guess who buys the products though?
You. This is something I had to tell one of my stylists. And I was so glad that I was able to educate her. She got her first commission checks from me. She was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were getting that percentage and I was only getting that. So because I liked her, what I did was I broke I said, you get to take home that. I get to take home this.
Yep. That's
because
how it is,
20% goes back into the business. 10% goes into the savings. So the business can stay in business.
Beautiful. Yep.
I may get to keep 15% of that. I'm not making money off of you, boo. I'm not. But I'm building you up so that you can leave me.
And I had to talk about this to my assistant today because I told her, I was like, you guys think I make money because I'm taking 40% home, that it's 60-40, right? But in reality, who's buying your products?
And I used to do 60-40. What do I do? So it kind of depends. So I'm 50-50.
That was out in the beginning though.
I'm 50-50. Because guess what? With or without the people working with me, I am the hair cafe. People are coming to, now you're not looking for Monique necessarily. They're looking for the hair cafe because it got great reviews. So I'm trusting you and I'm giving you this client that you may have for 45 years. You're going to run me 50% of that. You're paying me to give you the business.
And I had that for a long time. I was 50-50. But I changed it because I, again, wanted my girls to know that they are eating as well. But I just recently changed that. Because, again, they were like, well, you're taking home this much.
Guess what? Your profit margin may be different. You know, so you probably can afford that.
Yeah.
I'm barely able to afford the 50-50.
And that's different because, hair products, like, it's expensive.
It's a lot. It's color. It's shampoo. It's a lot. It's a lot.
And you guys use it very constantly. Like a nail polish isn't going to really, make a difference. Or
absolutely.
A lash glue is like, what, $25? It's not going to make a difference of how you guys, and we keep it for a long time.
Absolutely.
So they didn't see that. They were like, oh, well, you're getting 40% out of that. But I'm like, you don't understand though. Like, I'm buying everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm buying everything and I'm making sure our lights are on. I'm making sure the salon is clean. Yeah. I'm making sure your clients have that
everything
nice cocktail.
Oh, I tell my girls who's next to bring the water. I do tell them that.
Yeah, because I'm keeping the towels clean. Yeah, I'm doing it. And it's so much more. And that's why I want to open this academy, because I want to educate these ladies and men that it's so much more to business.
That's such a good idea.
Just the fucking skill. Tabitha Coffee wrote a book and said it's not all about the hair. If you are a hairstylist and you have never read the book, please grab the book. Tabitha Coffee is not all about the hair, because she teaches you that you can have an amazing You could be an amazing stylist, can cut your ass off, balayage it. But if you don't have some other key parts, you won't survive. Customer service is number one for my business. Customer service. I do the best that I can. I provide a clean environment, and I cater to the people who decide they're going to spend money inside of my facility. They can spend money. There are 400 salons up Foothill, but they chose to spend their money with me.
Period.
And I'm happy and I appreciate them. So I give back. I make sure that everyone is accommodated to a degree.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes you got those clients that go too far.
Yeah, you know what though? That's one thing about, and why did they come back? And a lot of people always ask me, like, how did I go from home to a shop? My fucking customer service, because I'm me.
Yeah.
They're coming to obviously my work.
So when they sit in another room, they're like, oh my God, I'm hoping I'm getting Dee-Dee's.
Exactly.
I'm hoping I'm getting Dee-Dee's.
But that's how it is.
I'm hoping I'm getting
But
Dee-Dee's.
I tell every client that they're under, anybody that works here is my standards. I don't just hire anybody.
Absolutely.
You think I'm going to hire some rat? No.
Even if it's a booth renter.
No.
I like to vet and see what they
fucking too.
So my group that I have, I love them so much that I have probably had at least like 12 people want to come and rent with me. And the energy just didn't come off very well. So I said no, because I didn't want to jeopardize what I already had. You know what I mean?
Yep. And we have such a great team that I'm just hiring a new girl.
Okay.
And, I invited her to the group chat because we're in a group chat together because I like to make, the trending TikToks, you've seen our group ones, of the shop, and we have content days and stuff like that. But I want to make sure that she's a good fit. So I had to interview her, even though she wasn't necessarily, I wasn't paying her. She's just a booth renter, but still, like, I wanted to catch a vibe.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, they live with you.
Yeah. They're here
this
all
is your
day.
roommate. And it's hard to fire people. So I can fire a booth renter. I can be like, you know what? It's not working out. I think it's time for us to part ways. Luckily for me, I've only had to do that twice in my entire career. However, this is where we live. We spend just as much time here as we do at home.
If not more, me. But
and we spend more time awake here because a lot of times at home we're sleeping. So that's so important because you have a vibe, like you said. There's a vibe here, and you need people to be able to blend in, not change it, blend into it. So that's important. I think you're doing great.
Yeah, it's a learning process. I'll say. I like I said, there's days where I'm just crashing. Like yesterday, I crashed. But then I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I could do it.
I can do this.
I woke up. I was like, I'm in a good fucking mood.
Right.
Like, I'm
have some espressos. You'd be like, I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm that bitch.
Give me a martini, please.
You ever heard that saying that's like, I can complain about my problems, but then I can hear someone and realize that I'm blessed.
Oh, absolutely.
You're 25 and you're right here to where I'm at. 25. You know how many years it took me to get here? So just to pat you on your back and say, you're doing a good, bitch, you're doing a good job. Bitch, you're doing a good job. So you're doing really good. And I can say that because I see it. I see the traffic. I watched you while you build out, I mean, we're all really busy, but we get to see what our neighbors are doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I hear the music next door. Don't worry.
Oh, are we bad?
I'm giving a face. I'm like,
motherfucking walls. I'm sorry.
No, do you hear my music?
Only when I'm there by myself.
Oh, because I'm bumping because I'm cleaning.
Yeah. Only when, but so you hear my music because my shit is on this side.
And I'm right here.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a facial. I'm like, oh, they're just bumping music. It's okay.
Okay. So look, just text me sometimes and be like,
oh no, but it's not like bad. I just say, I'm like, we bumping, but at the same time, like we're neighbors. Like you're busy. Like our weekends are fucking busy. I mean, like, there's days I'm just like, I don't even go outside. I'm here I'm from morning to night.
Right.
And sometimes we want to go and talk to each other, but I'm like, I'm fucking.
I don't have time, Like, hey girl, I see you walk to church. Hey girl, how you doing?
Yeah, that's it.
Good to see you.
Yes,
yeah. But that's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
At the end of the day, it's about leadership. And if we don't work as hard, we're just not there yet. You have 10 years on me that you can make your business run on its own where you won't have to be here and you can be in Bora Bora 6 months out of the year. You're only 25. I'm trying to get there. And I waited late because I did everything that I could to make sure that my family was good. My husband was successful. My daughter went to college. My other daughter because I have a daughter that is, she waxed. She has her cosmetology license.
Oh, you remember you telling me about her?
Yeah. So all my kids, I had to make sure that they were all good before I can start focusing on myself. You have no children. You don't have a boo yet. You don't even need that shit right now. You're only 25. You should have 7 boos.
Oh, I got a roster.
So you're in a great position that you will not have to do this for a very long time. Yeah. You will be able to just run your franchise.
Yeah, that's what I want,
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I got asked this the other day from a client. What do I see myself in like 10 years? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I love what I do because I love making connections with my clients. They're my friends at the end of it.
And they end up being,
Yeah. I mean, I don't party with all of them. I pick and choose who I want to be with. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way.
But I'm going to miss that whole like interaction and stuff. Mm-hmm. But at the end of it, I was like, I want to be a boss. I want to be able to walk or drive to let me go to check out this location to see how they're doing. And then let me go to another location to see how they're doing and not, do the service anymore.
Yeah.
And have everyone that works for me up to the standard that I was.
Absolutely.
That's the end goal for me.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
But you know what? As long as you have the goal, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Manifest it. Put the stickers. Remind yourself every morning when you wash your face and brush your teeth, because that's what I do. I have the little sticky notes and I place them and I say things like, I will leave a note to myself, you're a bad bitch. I read it. I thought it. I'm manifesting. I'm a bad bitch. You know what I mean? Like you're going to make $1,000 today. I have all kind of manifestations on my affirmations all over my bathroom at times. And then I'll take them off and I'll write new ones. You know what I mean? Because they become so norm that I know what they say already. Mm-hmm. So I'll create new ones. So, but you're on the right path. Yeah. You're doing a fucking fantastic. You're on Route 66. Did you realize that?
No.
What?
What do you mean?
You're on Route 66?
No.
No, you don't know how dope that is? You're fucking on Foothill. This is called Route 66.
Where?
In the state of California. This is Route 66.
I'm like, where? Oh, you just mean in the street in general. I thought you were talking about the little fucking picture.
No, do you understand that this is the most popular street?
We're on fucking Foothill, baby. Cheers to fucking that.
Cheers to Foothill.
You know where we are? Yes. We're in the middle of Rancho, okay? Yes. We are like 5 minutes from Victoria Gardens. Do you see this? Do you see how fucking packed it gets right here? Oh, I know that, baby. This is great. We're in a great location.
And that's what makes me say, okay, I'm going to sign 5 more years.
That's me. 5 more years. This is our baby, though, but we have to keep it. At the end of it, we're going to be like,
it's your baby when you build out. Like, you can buy a turnkey and love it, but when you got to do the build out and you stressed out because your contractor had to go work on another job and you like, oh my God, I'm going to die because I got to pay this high ass rent. And you know that I have 2 buildings.
Oh, I know. I can even just imagine. But you're fucking doing it. So that's all that matters. You're doing it. So before we leave, give one more piece of business advice that you would give to someone that, is probably working from home and either is thinking about owning, because I get this question asked all the time. Mm-hmm. Should I go straight to solo salons? Mm-mm. Or should I take a leap of faith and go straight into be a salon owner?
Okay, so my opinion is the best person for a solo suite or a private suite is someone who is seasoned. They don't have a need. They have everything that they need. They're popular. They're popping. Those are the people who succeed the best in a private suite. If you're new and you're coming from a home or from school, get with people you can learn from and you can grow from, even if you don't want to stay there forever. You need to have people around you that you can help you grow. We can't grow by ourselves. A plant cannot water itself. You've never seen a plant grab its leaf and say, I'm gonna put some water in here. No. So when you're early on or you're thinking about the growth process, think about a plant. They can't water themselves. You're a plant. You're trying to grow. Get somewhere. Find you a salon that you think that would be good for you and find you a mentor. and go from there. That's the best advice that I can give anybody. And you might not find it in the first location, the second location. Never be afraid to grab your shit and go.
Take risk.
Take the risk, because this industry is risk driven, period. You will never be successful if you cannot take a risk, especially if you want to call yourself an entrepreneur. So find your mentor, find a salon that you can grow from. Because at the end of the day, I'm a mentor, and what I do know is that they won't stay with me forever. And I bless them, and I want to see them do great things. So find you a good home and grow from there. But do not go into a solo suite if you ain't got your shit together. That ain't gonna work.
Oh yeah, and the price
You'll die.
Literally for the little ass room and literally.
And solo's not gonna give you fucking clients.
Oh no. Everyone that knows about solos, they know that you need to have a steady clientele, because people don't just walk in there and look, let me see. No, No. And then they only see the ones on the front. Yeah. And then it's funny because they'll be like, whoever got the best looking room, that's who I'm going to go get a car from. And that'd be the motherfucker that can't even do hair. On the window. So yeah, I mean, and again, I respect solo suites. I have a dear friend, one of my best partners in the game. Her name is Maria. She is in the Aspire Suites. She is beautiful. Badass. But let me tell you something. That's not where she started her business. She started her business from the ground up, hustling, grinding, working in shops. She worked with me for a minute. And I think she worked with me for like 2.5 years. And she was a jewel, and she's popping. Yeah. And her business is so big that she could survive in a private suite. But just getting out there, that ain't the thing to do. Yeah. No. Private suites are beautiful though. The Aspire ones, they're just so expensive, but they're beautiful. Like to even... Like people that, go to school and they're finished with school and they go straight to a solo.
No, that's not a good idea.
It's just like crazy because it's so expensive, like work your way up.
It limits your education. It really limits your education. So that's just me though. I'm not the holy grail, so I can't say, but in my opinion, and I've done this for a very long time. Remember, I'm from the turtle ages, so I get it. However, I've had a solo suite, private suite. I've done booth renting. I've done commission. I've done it all. Yeah. All the way to being an entrepreneur. So with that being said, my recommendation is somebody that wants to grow, get with people you can learn from. Yeah. And prepare yourself to be in that private suite. Yeah.
I've always told myself, like, I want to do a salon, kind of like a salon, not really, more like a salon environment, like kind of like this, but more rooms. Okay. Because I feel like in a lot less expensive to where they can grow and they can afford it. And
we in this high-ass Rancho Cucamonga where square footage is $5.10.
Let me tell you.
Foot, so yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on my podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, we always end this podcast with a quote. So what would you like your quote to be?
My quote would be, beauty in the eye of the beholder. No one can tell you what's beautiful. It's within you, what you see. So that's my quote.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you for being on here. And cheers.
Cheers.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.